Hi, soon-to-be call center agent. This is Nayumi speaking, and for today's video, we'll talk about nesting. So, after you got hired and you signed the job offer, what you're gonna do next is proceed with the training. So, part of the training period is when you will encounter nesting. So, what is nesting? Why do we have to do that? And actually, this is dedicated for all newbies out there who doesn't have an idea what nesting is, or for them, they consider nesting as a jargon. So I'm gonna explain it to you in this video. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Alright, so let's talk about call center nesting, and as you can see, this is going to be part 1 of this video, so please make sure to stick around for other parts of this video as well if you're interested. So let's begin. Okay, what is nesting? So I'll give you the definition of nesting based on my own experience itself, and of course with how nesting works really. So nesting happens when you're already done with your classroom training. So classroom training typically lasts within 3 to 4 weeks. So after that, you'll now move to production floor. And when you're at the production floor, what you're gonna do is, before, you're only listening to the trainer, discussing everything about the products or the account that you will be handling. Now, when you are already in a nesting period, what will happen is that you will be listening to live customers calling, and you yourself is the one who will take all those calls. Okay, so next is, yes, from doing classroom mock call to taking actual calls. So when you applied in a call center company, you experience mock call. If you're lucky enough, then you might not experience that said mock call. But when you are already in a classroom training, 100% sure that you will definitely encounter mock call. And so this time, from mock calls or like fake calls, you will now take live calls, and that is going to be real live customers, and that is the time that you will apply all of the knowledge that you've got from being in that classroom training for 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, and to give you an idea, nesting, especially for newbies out there, is the scariest part of the training, or yes, the training period, because I don't know how it feels like, the first time that you will take in calls, you will feel super nervous to the point that you might forget your call spills. But I will be sharing my experience about nesting on a separate video, so please make sure to follow along. And so let's proceed with the other topic. So why is nesting important? So I'm sorry about that. So why is it important? So nesting is important because it serves as a preparation before you will be fully endorsed in the production floor. Okay, so it's like, yes, training is also a preparation for you to be fully equipped before you will be endorsed in the production floor. But when it comes to nesting period, this is also crucial because this is one way of you, either making it or failing the nesting process. And to tell you, there are other new hires who didn't make it until the production floor because they failed the nesting phase. But you don't have to worry with that because I'll explain further. Okay, so next is, you might have this question: how long is the nesting period? So typically, nesting lasts up to 2 weeks. So it's like 10 days of you taking in calls. But yes, as I've mentioned, you won't take calls for the entire shift. You won't take calls for 8 hours straight. So 5 hours phone time only. So there will be like session, listening to call session. So you won't taking calls 8 hours straight. So after nesting, that's the time that you'll be endorsed in the production floor, and that is the time that you will take in calls for 8 hours full. Okay, but yeah, 9 hours in total, but lunch is included, plus there are 2 15 minutes break. So that's it. So most of you might ask, is nesting being graded? So my answer is yes, nesting is being graded, and the result will either be for endorsement or non-endorsement. So for example, you already passed the final interview, so you will proceed to classroom training, and you might be thinking like, okay, this is it, I will be endorsed in the production floor, I am now a full-time call center agent. No, not yet. Okay, so you are not yet endorsed 100% as a call center agent. That is right after nesting. So yes, I say here endorsement or non-endorsement. So if you meet the metrics, if you're able to pass it, then you will be endorsed. But if not, then you might not be endorsed. But there are other alternatives in doing that. There might be like re-nesting, like you will do the nesting again, or you will be re-profiled to another line of business or to another account, so as for you to be part of the company still, for you not to be terminated at all. Okay, so you don't have to worry. Next topic is, what are the grading criteria? So I'll be giving you the criteria based on my experience, but I believe there are some companies who set different criteria with this. But yeah, I'm sorry for criteria. It's only criteria, not criteria. Sorry. Okay, so the very first criteria is attendance. So 100% attendance is a must, as I always say. For you to be able to pass the training period or the call center training period, you have to have complete attendance, no tardiness at all. Okay, so that is your gatekeeper. Next is average handling time. So this is the total amount of time that you used for you to be able to address the customer's issues. So everything is being measured in a call center industry. So you should be able to have 500 seconds of average handling time, or that is equivalent to 10 minutes below. Okay, but for nesting, I believe 700 plus is acceptable. Okay, next is transfer rate. So this is when you have to transfer the call that you receive to another department because that particular call is not your scope of support. So you have to transfer that to the appropriate department, and they are also checking your transfer rate. So yeah. Okay, by the way, your transfer rate should be not over 22%, I believe. So next is voice of customers. So that is the number of promoters or detractors that you get. And I have a wonderful experience to share with you about this on my next video, so make sure to stick around. So this is typically the survey that the customers receive. So call center companies value each and every surveys that we receive from the customers. So this is a very important criteria aside from attendance. Then next is sale, if that is applicable. So in my account, sale is applicable because part of our job is to sell some of our line of businesses, or almost all of the products that we have, we sell it. So the internet, cable, telephone, mobile service, as well as home security service, we do have option to sell those, and you get commission out of it. So yeah. Next is overall call rating. So you have like a standard call flow that you have to follow. So that is gateway for you to be able to pass it as well. So there's like, you should be able to get a rating of 55%, or I believe 40% or 40 as your rating is the one that's passing. So every other company has their own respective criteria about this. So yeah, but that is part of the metrics. Okay, all right, so now the very last topic that we have here is, if I won't meet all these, will I still pass? So I believe I already explained this, but yeah, yes, my answer would be yes, you will, but it depends. It depends on whether you've done a great job, but what happened was, it's just that something happened and that it's uncontrollable. You know, you got detractors and those are uncontrollable, and you've got a high transfer rate. But you know, it really depends. There are grades or basis for that, but as long as your trainer is able to see that you are willing and that you're trying to learn, you are very much passionate with that particular job that's with you, then they'll give you a chance because they invested with you already, so they should be able to accept you and be part of the production floor. So that's it. By the way, we have here a Facebook page named Nayumi. Please visit that page. You can also like that page, please, and you can also send me a direct message there. I will definitely reply to each and every messages of yours if you have one. And then thank you so much. You may also share this video, like, follow, and comment. Turn on your notification bell button when you subscribe to my channel. And of course, thank you so much. I'll see you again next time.